What's up, guys? Punt Talk, episode 6. This is an emergency podcast. More info on the Hustler scandal. If you don't even care about poker, don't even care about Hustler, don't even care about this cheating scandal going on, just turn this off and continue your day. No intro music, nothing special. We're making this quick. I'm at work, doing this real quick on a break. But we're going right into this. So, last Thursday was the big cheating scandal, whatever you want to call it, with Robbie and Garrett. There's talks of Rip being involved. There's talks, I mentioned in my last podcast, Rip and Robbie apparently are dating. I have found out that they are not dating. They are business partners, but she is married. Don't know who the guy is. Tried to investigate it a little bit, but she is married. So they're not together, but they are business partners. And he is the connection that got her into this game. There's also another guy named Brian who works production who has a connection with Rip. Apparently this guy is like an ex-con or a felon or something, and he just getting his feet back on the ground again, and he's working production at Hustler. That's the rumor, you know. There is some evidence that he was in jail, but I mean, with Twitter nowadays, you never know how things get, formed, or how things get copied and pasted or Photoshop. So, but there is a thing out saying this guy Brian, who worked in production, is like out of jail and working for Hustler Casino, like a year ago when this live stream started. So real quick on Rip. Apparently, he works for Jake Paul. His name is Jacob Chavez. He's an ex-boxer, and he is Team Jake Paul. He's in his corner. Now, if we want to talk a little bit about Jake Paul in the past, and there's a lot of word out there that he cheats his fights, fixes his fights. Just something to keep in the back of our mind, I guess, about this Jacob Chavez Rip character, is he's apparently part of that team. So we know right now, could be some lying, could be some cheating involved here. Rip's done it with his boxing buddies. Who's to say he won't do it on the felt? Once a cheater, always a cheater, right, guys? So my view has quickly shifted from like 80% Robbie is not cheating to like 60%, maybe 50-50. It really could go either way. And the reason why I was so against it, like, no, she's not cheating, is because I really had a lot of faith in Hustler Casino. I watch all of Nick Vertucci and Ryan Feldman's podcasts together. They are two stand-up guys. Nick is an ex-cop. Before getting into the poker scene, he's an ex-cop. Like, I had no reason to believe there would ever be cheating with something that these two guys were involved with. Ryan Feldman is one of the best live stream producers in the world. I mean, we all know what he produced, right? The Hustler live stream. He left the bike to start his own, and just like that, made it one of the most successful streams in the world. I just had faith these guys knew what they were doing. And I'm still not saying that they're now 100% cheating. But I went from 80-20 to pretty close to 50-50 because of this story I'm about to tell you. The news that has come out on Twitter and that has been brought to our attention by Nick and Ryan Feldman. That employee I was telling you about earlier, that was the connection about getting Rip in the game. Rip's connection with Robbie to get her in the game. That guy named Brian. Apparently the night of the scandal with Garrett, off stream, everyone's on the floor chit-chatting, talking about how could this be cheating, blah, 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 talking with Robbie. Everyone's on the floor. This is what I'm thinking, because Hustler already said that they saw this on camera. But this Brian guy took $15,000 off of Robbie's stack when no one was looking, apparently. But who the fuck goes and takes $15,000 off someone's stack in a casino when you know there are hundreds of cameras, and you're on a live stream. There's fucking cameras everywhere. It was off stream, it wasn't live. I get that. But I mean, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? So, Nick and Ryan have a really hard investigation going on right now because they want to get to the bottom of this. They need to know, for their stream's sake, for Garrett's sake, for the sake of them being able to get high stakes poker guys back on their stream. Because who wants to go play at Hustler Casino right now with all this going on? Phil Ivey's not going to want to come back tomorrow with 200K in front of him and sit at a table where people might be cheating. So this Brian guy off stream, so Nick and Ryan are doing all these investigations about Robbie and Garrett, and they just so happen to stumble upon video evidence from the casino, not their stream end, but the casino camera end, and they saw one of their production team members, Brian, taking money when they're trying to figure out what's going on with Garrett and Robbie. They trip upon this and go, whoa, what the fuck is this? So they find this guy stealing money off of Robbie's stack. Okay, now it's getting really weird. The guy that's connected to Rip, Robbie's connected to Rip, this guy Brian is taking money from Robbie's stack. Really makes you think like, oh, is that his payment? Is that his payment for helping her during the hand, during production, feeding her signals, signs, buzzing her chair is a thing? People are saying they saw her chair vibrating during the hand. Was this guy Brian behind it? Maybe. I still want to think no, but I am leaning towards 50-50 right now, folks. And this news that was broke by High Stakes Production, the owners of High Stakes Production, Nick Vertucci and Ryan Feldman. They are the ones that broke this news. Crazy. One small little thing I want to mention before my next little thing I'm going to say, but this is kind of a funny thing. But they're now doing like metal detectors for the players that come at the table and the employees of the stream. They do metal detectors. They make sure there's nothing in your pockets, just like they did no phones, no Apple Watches. Now you can't have anything metal in your pockets, blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently the wand brand, like the wand they use for the metal detector, like, you know, you go to a football game, they throw or a park, they throw a wand on you, you know, not a park, a amusement park or a fair. You know that wand? Apparently the brand they bought is Garrett. So the wand says Garrett. Like, who in the hell was like, oh, here, these wands look pretty good. They got good reviews. Let's buy these. Oh, wait, they say Garrett on them. Nah, fuck it. Let's just do it anyway. I think you should have bought a different wand, Hustler Casino. What are you doing? That's just something funny. But the last thing I wanted to mention for this emergency quick little podcast is someone broke down the hands from one player that always sits in seat 2. So Hustler Livestream does, like I said, Monday through Friday games. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are bigger games. Tuesday, Monday, not so big. Tuesday gets a little big. But Monday is like your rec amateur players that just want to get on stream and have fun. They like buy in for $2,000 to $10,000. It's like a $5, $10 blind game, not $100, $200 blind game. And it's like I said, it's a lot of amateurs. It's a lot of the same faces. It's more or less like a home game. And the guy that runs the game is this guy named DGAF, DGAF. Don't give a fuck, I guess, but that's his poker nickname, DGAF. And he actually commentates on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So Tuesday, Thursday night, he's the commentator. Monday, it's called Max Payne Monday. They have a lot of little, like, do 7 games and only run it once game. And Max Payne, Out for Blood. It's just a fun game that everyone drinks and has fun and lower stakes. This guy is like, he runs it. It's like his home game. But he also works for Hustler Casino Live, good friends with Nick Vertucci. And he commentates Tuesday and Thursday night games. So someone broke down seat 2 hands. And for like the last 6 months, seat 2 is pretty much a winner every night on Mondays. They break it down and they go, here are the dates. They're like, we're not going to mention this player because we don't want to stir the pot because this could just be like, smoke and mirrors or whatever they say. But on this date, this date, this date, this date, I was looking into it. All the dates are Mondays, and I watch the stream, so I know every Monday. This one of the same guy that always plays, and it's always in seat 2 is DGAF. And they're like, look at seat 2, Monday in June, won this much. The next Monday in June, this much. And the next Monday he played in July, this much. The next Monday in July, lost 1,000. And then August Monday, win, 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 win. They didn't mention any names. But when I saw the dates, and I saw that they were specifically breaking down seat 2, I knew it was DGAF. And DGAF works for Nick and Ryan. And they do random seed drawings for all the games. But for some reason, on Max Payne Monday, whenever DGAF is playing, he always has to be seat 2. Now you might ask, why are you bringing this up? Well, if you remember from the stream, if any of you guys watched it, Robbie, she was in seat 2. Is this a coincidence? I sure hope so, because I love the stream and I really like DGAF. He's a great announcer. But is this not a coincidence? A lot of these new stories are maybe pointing towards not being a coincidence. Robbie wins seat 2. The only way she is cheating is with production. Well, she might have been in on it with production. Another good thing about this is Robbie and this guy Brian follow each other on social media. And it came out that they know each other through Rip. But he sends her a text message apologizing for taking her money, basically pretending that he doesn't even know her. And then she posts that message right away on Twitter. And in the post, you can see her response message was not like, thank you for letting me know, so sorry about you, because he talks about how hard his life is and how he grew up in a shitty home and his mom is a meth head and all this. And so there's no like, I'm so sorry to hear about this, don't worry about it, keep the 15,000, because she does tell him to keep it, by the way. All her response to this long, fake, I think, text message is, can we talk about this on a podcast? What? So she wants to get on this guy, I forget the guy's name, but he is basically the Adam Schefter, the Scheffler of poker. He wants to get on this guy. He wants to get on this guy's podcast and bring this Bryant guy onto the podcast. It's getting really weird, guys. If we were to make a movie, there's a lot of things in this story you wouldn't put in the movie because it wouldn't be believable. And it's fucking in real life happening. Crazy. Anyways, I'll keep updating you guys. Right now, Hustler's in a very hard, live, in-person, in the moment, 24/7 around the clock investigation. They've hired lawyers, FBI agents, professional investigators. They have all this stuff going on to figure out what's going on with Garrett and Robbie. And in the process of doing this, they find out one of their crew members stole money from Robbie. And he also mentioned in the text message to Robbie that he didn't even know she was C2. He just took money off the biggest stack. I'm sorry. If you're working production that night and then you steal the money after the show, you fucking know who's in C2. Give me a goddamn break. Punt Talk episode 6. I'm out.